Cari Anne Renlund, and I am a partner at the law firm DeWitt Ross Stevens.
My name is Tierney. I'm the resident director and the vice president of investments at Merrill Lynch in Madison.
My name is Ruth Rohlich, and I'm the business development specialist for the city of Madison.
My name is Thomas Lyons. I'm assistant vice president of business banking at Settlers Bank.
My husband and his brothers grew up playing hockey in Minnesota, where used, good, high-quality hockey equipment was plentiful. That's just not the case in Wisconsin, and the cost of gear can be prohibitively expensive for kids who want to try the sport. So we started collecting used hockey gear, and we keep it in our basement, and we loan it out to anybody who'd like to use it. We look at it as our way of helping grow the sport.
I kind of draw a line between the charities that are designed to help boys and girls become productive men and women, and obviously with those you got the Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Weissman Center, DAYS, Domestic Abuse Intervention Services, and this year our grand gala for Merrill Lynch is going to be for the UW Children's Hospital. And I think with the Children's Hospital and my number one charity for kids, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, JDRF, there's a difference there because you're not only helping these kids, but sometimes if the commitment isn't made for their health, they may not become men and women. So for me, that's a real big deal.
I just switched jobs about 6 months ago, and the most anxiety-producing moment was when I realized that I was leaving a place that I very much loved and a team that I worked with so well for a long time to start a new adventure, not really being sure if I was going to enjoy the culture as much as I did at my last job. Luckily, it all worked out great.
My involvement with Wisconsin Rugby Club stems from a few years ago wanting an outlet away from soccer or American football. So my position was basically as tackling dummy, although technically I was a second row. That snowballed into now where I'm a former player, but I'm still a supporter. The team is finished in second in nationals last year, and we've got our eyes on first. So I'm an area fan and an area supporter, and I love to talk up the game to friends and colleagues today.
Well, I'm actually a pretty good pool shot. I don't get to play very often anymore, but when I do, I'm up for a friendly wager.
My wife helped me with this one. She said I was talentless, but a lot of people don't know that I did Ironman in 2007. My schedule was flexible enough to get the training in 13 hours and 52 minutes, I checked it off my bucket list.
Some people know this about me, but I'm actually a floral designer and somewhat of a bride whisperer, and I've helped almost 100 couples organize and plan their weddings, and have also done the flowers for them.
Two secret talents come to mind. The first, a little more playful. My thumbs are double jointed. You can see I can make 90-degree angles. This comes in really handy when you have young kids and you're doing shadow puppets or you're playing thumb war, both of which make you basically unbeatable. But more seriously, at least on the professional level, one of my talents is I think I've got a pretty good ability to ask deeper questions that get to the heart of a matter a little bit more quickly. It makes our clients feel as though I understand them, and it's a benefit to our bank too.
My most guilty pleasure of all is college girlfriend reunions. I do it every year religiously. I leave town without my husband, my kids, or my work, and I just have a great time hanging out with my college girlfriends.
I think tailgating and energy drinks, probably.
My embarrassing guilty pleasure are very trashy magazines.
My guilty pleasure is watching the film The Big Lebowski. And if there's any Big Lebowski fans that are watching this right now, they'll know instantly what I'm talking about. For those who aren't a fan of the film, my other guilty pleasure is frozen pizza. If you've ever read the nutritional content of a frozen pizza, my suggestion is not to. My wife certainly does. But when you need to make a quick dinner in a pinch, there's nothing that's quite as satisfying.